In the 1800s, a large amount of immigrants came to the U.S. This influx of people led to insufficient living conditions, poverty, and starvation. In an effort to help the millions of children that were left homeless, the Children's Aid Society and the New York Founding Hospital developed a program that placed homeless children into homes throughout the country. The children were transported to their new homes on trains, which were eventually labeled orphan trains. This period of mass relocation of children in the U.S. is what is known as the first documented foster care in America.
No, you don't have to be like Wonder Woman or Superman. I mean, all you have to do is just try to find a child and care for that child and show that child that you love them, and they will eventually grow to love you.
I came into foster care when I was 9 and now I'm 14. So I've been in foster care for almost 5 years.
About 11 to 12 years now.
I've been in foster care for 8 years.
The foster parents that is thinking about adopting, you shouldn't push the kid to say I love you or saying call me mom or dad. So you should let them do it on their terms, not your terms.
Being a teenager is hard for a foster child because they go through so many changes and their body is changing and they have a lot of emotions going on. So it is hard to get close to the foster child that's a teenager because of all those things. And when you want to help them and love them, you can't just go up to them and automatically say, I want to love you. You have to give them time so they can come to you instead of you come to them.
Of moving from house to house and going through that, whenever I think of those times, I often think about the numbers of children who still go through that. I also remember the hope that I had for the many times that families came forward and there was interest expressed in possibly my brother and I getting adopted. And I remember the excitement that people expressed when they saw us and they thought that we were cute little boys while we were cute when we were 12 and 9 years old. And I remember the things that they would say about how we look like this relative or look like that relative, and how that would just give me so much encouragement and hope because I thought I might get my chance at a family. And I remember the disappointments when it didn't happen. I went through the rest of my life feeling as if I wasn't quite good enough, feeling that there was something really wrong with me because I never did get a family. And I know that there are hundreds of children out there, hundreds of thousands of children out there who beat themselves up because they really wonder why aren't they good enough.
We need to think about who is affected by the American Unsafe Families Act of 1997.
In 2010, 662,000 children were in foster care. 2010, 107,000 children were waiting to be adopted. In 2010, 53,000 children were adopted.
Who is affected by this policy?
Me, because my mother is on drugs.
Who was affected by this policy?
Me, because affected by this policy?
Me, because my mother is incarcerated.
In 2010, 107,000 children are waiting to be adopted.
Who is affected by this policy?
Me, because I have a family to call my own.
Who is affected by this policy?
Me, because my foster family was able to adopt me.
For a perspective on how the American and Safe Families Act of 1997 impacted the adoption and foster care system in Alabama, we spoke with Lisa Bledsoe, who is employed with Alabama DHR.
There was a limit of cases that a social worker could manage, and they were 13 to 18. Our caseloads now have grown to anywhere from 18. I looked the other day, and one caseworker that is in our foster care unit has 37 cases, and each child is a case. Because these workers are not able to be in that home more and to maintain a relationship with the family, to know what the family needs, it is almost impossible for a worker to maintain and keep children safe.
So then your concerns about the future related to this policy?
It's the safety of the children.
In your opinion, if we could provide more funding, that this would overcome some of those barriers?
Absolutely. Well, who suffers in the funding? It's the children. There was a need to move children out of foster care and to give them permanency. So that was a direct result from children lingering into foster care. We do not have the money at this time to continue the services that were needed to meet our population that we serve here.
If we continue to advocate for the strengthening of the Adoption and Safe Families Act of 1997 and the empowerment of foster children, we can hope to see a decrease in the number of children in the foster care system.